Welcome to Salacious TV, where we share some of the most salacious stories on the internet. Before we get into today's story, we humbly ask that you would like this video and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps us out.
Deborah and I dated exclusively in college. By our senior year, we were madly in love and knew we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. I majored in mechanical engineering and she majored in education. After graduation, we both landed jobs in Austin, Texas. Our future was bright and we were happy. However, 3 months after marriage, we found out that we were going to be parents, and because the cost of child care is so high, we decided that when Jalen was born, Deborah would quit work and become a housewife. Things were going well for me professionally. I worked long hours and Deborah took care of Jalen. Our lives revolved around Jalen, and we didn't have much time to ourselves. We were busy, but we still managed to maintain an active sex life. Jalen was 2 years old when Deborah gave birth to Aaron. We both loved our boys very much, and although I worked long hours, I didn't mind. I loved being able to provide for my family. Call me old-fashioned, but being the breadwinner was a beast to my ego. As the years went by, and when Aaron, our youngest, was able to start school, Deborah went back to work. Career-wise, I received multiple promotions and was supervising a division of engineers. Our company had contracts with various government organizations, private companies, and as a supervisor, I had to travel quite a bit to supervise our various contractors. Our finances were good. When Aaron was in middle school, Deborah decided she wanted to pursue the school administration path. She went to graduate school, got her Master of School Administration degree, and became an assistant principal. The position required more of her time and was quite a bit more stressful than her classroom teacher position, but she loved it, and because she was happy, I was happy. Someone once said, "Happy wife, happy life." And at this stage of my life, I believed that BS. Deborah was an amazing wife and mother. Despite our schedules, when I was home, she treated me like a king in every way. I had absolutely no complaints, especially in the bedroom. As a matter of fact, she took such good care of me that I never had the wandering eye when I was on the road, because I knew that as soon as I got home, Deb was going to give me all I needed, and then some. We were coming up on our 15th wedding anniversary, and I wanted to do something special for Deborah, but I was coming up short on ideas. She never asked for much. Wednesday would be one of the rare occasions that I would be able to leave work early. I figured that I'd snoop around the house while everyone was at school to try to come up with an idea of something special for my wife. After all, she deserved it. She had been a tremendous mother. She had been a tremendous wife. I walked in the house, and realizing that I didn't have too much time before the family would be home, I looked in her closets. I thought about shoes, but I thought I remembered hearing that you should never buy your partner shoes because they might put them on and walk right out of your life. Crazy, I know, but I swear I heard that. At any rate, I ruled shoes out. Then I looked at some of her outfits. I thought against trying to buy her something because anything I bought would probably be inappropriate for work. Then it hit me. I can't go wrong with jewelry. A ring, a necklace. Jewelry it is. After all, she didn't wear much jewelry, but every rising principal or superintendent ought to have some nice diamond earrings or classy string of pearls, neither of which I had ever seen her wear. I opened her jewelry box. She did have a string of pearls, but her diamond earrings were small. I remember now. I bought those for her years ago when I was on a budget. Now I'm making enough to get her some real diamond earrings and not some cheap diamond chips like the ones in the drawer. So I have an idea for an anniversary gift now. Diamond earrings and maybe a matching diamond bracelet or necklace or both. Feeling relieved, I attempted to slide the box back in the jewelry drawer, but it wouldn't go in. Tried again with no success. Something was under the box, keeping it from going in. I pulled the box back out and noticed a thumb drive taped to the bottom. That's strange, I thought to myself. What is a thumb drive taped to the bottom of a box in Deborah's jewelry drawer? In retrospect, I shouldn't have done what I was about to do, because the mere fact that the thumb drive was taped where it was, and how it was, should have been an indicator to me to put the damn thing back and mind my freaking business. but that's not what yours truly did. I curiously untaped the thumb drive, went into the home office and plugged it into my computer. There were 3 folders on the thumb drive. One was named Diary, and it was the one I clicked on first. Deborah literally documented her life from when she was a housewife raising our boys to her return to the classroom, graduate school, up to her current position as assistant principal. It all seemed pretty innocuous, and as I read it, I was so proud of my lovely wife. She has really moved forward professionally, while still taking amazing care of the boys and me. The second folder was named Quality Assurance Manuals. The Quality Assurance Manual folder was just that, a folder containing what looked to be QA documents from the school district. There was one more folder, called Principal's Office. I double-clicked on the folder, and my world changed forever. Why? Because there on my computer monitor were pictures of my undressed wife and Principal Steve Wilson, the head principal of Green Run High School, going at it like jackrabbits. There were dozens of them. There was another folder named Videos. I clicked on it. In that folder were videos of my wife, the love of my life, being ravaged by another man. I clicked on a few of those videos, and she told him a couple of times how he was her drug, and she had to have his tool. So many thoughts raced through my mind. In this day and age, who in the F would be dumb enough to tape themselves having relations? Especially in our day of social media. Like, don't you know this could very easily end up on the web somewhere? This was stupid as hell. Then I became enraged that my wife would betray me. And not once or twice, but looking at the date and timestamps, it looks like these two were going at it like very shortly after she got the job of assistant principal. Damn it, Deb. How in the hell could you do this to me? To us. To our family. As I tell you the story, I can't convey to you the range of emotions I felt that day. Remember, I got off early, in a great mood, wanting to find a gift to please the woman that I thought had been my faithful wife for 15 years. Now I'm crushed, mad, sad. I want to kick Steve Wilson's ass. I want to grab Deb by the back of the neck and throw her out the damn house. I had to think. I had 2 boys in high school, and I loved them more than life itself. But all I can see right now is red, and being in the house that night when Deborah and the boys came home wouldn't work. I grabbed my personal laptop out of my backpack and copied the contents of the thumb drive onto my laptop. I went back into the closet, carefully taped the thumb drive to the bottom of the box where I found it, and put the box back in the jewelry drawer. I called Deborah. Hello.
Hi, honey.
Hi, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but I have to fly out tonight to Arlington. Something is going on with one of our DoD contracts, and I need to find out what.
Oh, baby, I was looking forward to seeing you tonight. The boys were too.
I know. And you know I was looking forward to seeing you and the boys. But I'll just be there until the end of the week, which means that we'll just postpone tonight's activities until then. I'll make it up to you.
I know you will, baby. I love you.
Okay, bye. You love me. You love me. I just got through watching video after video of you with your boss, but you love me. Sure you do. Whatever. Instead of flying to Arlington, I booked a hotel room in nearby Round Rock, and for the next few days I worked from there. I also used that time to plot my next few moves. Now you can say I brought this on myself because I worked and I traveled a lot, but I call BS on that. We took vows that said for richer or poorer, better or worse, till death do we part. And guess what else she promised to me in those vows? She promised that she would be a true and faithful wife. Faithful to me means not opening your freaking legs and other body parts to any other man, period. Okay, Mark, I said to myself. Over the next few days you've got to come up with a plan. Option 1 was to immediately call a divorce lawyer, move my crap out the house, and move on with my life. But like I said, I love my boys and that would crush them. Option 2 would be to stay in the house, keep up the charade for the next 2 years. This will give both boys enough time to finish high school in a stable environment. After all, their sophomore and senior years would be critical. Aaron would be looking at colleges while we'll literally be dropping Jalen off at A&M in a few weeks. So I decided on option 2. As much as it would pain me, I'd stick it out and act normal until Aaron leaves the house. I went back home that Friday night, and it was one of the toughest nights of my life. Deborah hugged and kissed me like normal, and I hugged and kissed her as well. Later that night, she wanted us to be intimate. I told her I was too tired. I just couldn't. All I could see was her and Wilson. This was going to be hard. The strangest thing happened the following week. Wilson accepted a superintendent's position in Charleston, South Carolina, and he and his family would be leaving in 2 weeks. I forgot to tell you all that that piece of S was also married. Now you might say problem solved. But moving or not, I didn't give a damn. My mind was already made up as to what I was going to do. Over the next almost 2 years, I focused on my boys. I kept up the act with the only woman I wanted to spend my life with, although over that time my love had left. I started moving money. I figured during divorce we'd sell the house and split the profits unless she wanted to buy me out. Honestly, it was going to hurt seeing the house on the market because we had so many great memories there with the boys. But she effed all that up when she effed Steve Wilson. I'd move as much money as I could into the boys' college funds since I knew I'd be paying their tuition anyway, and then whatever else happened, it would just have to happen. I just wanted my freedom. Every day she acted like everything was normal. No, she acted like she loved me more, and every now and then, I'd check the thumb drive to see if there were any more entries. There were no more pictures or videos. But there were journal entries in which she confessed that she felt extremely guilty cheating on me, and that she loves me so much. In one of her more recent entries, she wrote about how much she's looking forward to being alone with me when both boys are gone to A&M. Whatever. My plan is in motion. You should have thought about your damn love for me before you did what you did. Over the next few weeks and months, I tried to adjust my schedule to be at home for my boys as much as possible. We dropped Jalen off at college. Now we're working on preparing Aaron for college. The plan is for him to follow in his brother's footsteps and become an Aggie as well. Well, today's the day that we drop our youngest son off at A&M University. His older brother meets us and helps his younger brother get moved in. I'm so proud of both of these guys. A father couldn't ask for better sons, and while living a lie and pretending to still be in love with Deborah for the last 2 years had been hard as hell, I'd do it again for my boys. I shed a tear watching them both. After Aaron was settled, we gave both boys hugs and got back into the SUV.
Mark, can you believe that Jalen and Aaron are both college students? Lord, they grew so fast.
Yes, the years really did fly by. I'm so proud of both of them, and I love how excited they both are about the next phase of their lives.
Well, baby, I'm excited to begin this next phase of our lives as well. I want us to travel and really enjoy each other.
Well, Deborah, I have to tell you, I'm very, very excited to begin this new chapter of life as well. I am really looking forward to traveling with my gorgeous girl to exotic places. Deborah grinned, kissed me, and then settled back in her seat and took a nap. She woke up as I pulled into our garage.
Oh my, I must have gone to sleep on you. I can't believe we're home already.
Yes, you're home. I got out of the car and opened the back door and took out 3 suitcases. Deborah looked at me with the suitcases in my hand and said,
Oh shoot, please don't tell me they forgot those. Oh no.
Just then a car pulled into our driveway, and a drop-dead gorgeous young lady got out and opened the rear hatch of her car. No, these aren't the boys' bags. They are mine. I put the bags in the car, and then I kissed the young lady as Deborah stood staring at us. Deborah, I'm sure you remember Jackie from my office. We're heading out, and we'll be back in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Mark, what the F? You never said anything about going out of town today. How can you just spring this on me like this?
Jackie stepped up to Deborah and handed her a large envelope. I said, Deb, those are divorce papers. You should have a lawyer look them over. I think I have been fair, but you should still get an attorney.
Divorce? What the hell do you mean divorce? Mark, what's this all about? Is this some kind of sick joke?
Oh, it's no joke. Jackie and I are leaving for a 1-stay at a resort. We'll spend the 2nd week on a cruise.
Have you lost your mind? We're married. You can't be running off with this tramp.
She's no tramp. As a matter of fact, it took me years to convince her just to let me kiss her, but she was worth the wait. Well, we have a flight to catch. The movers will come and move all of my stuff while we're gone. I've taken half of our cash, and my lawyer will answer any questions you may have.
Baby, please, how can you do this? We've had almost 20 years together. You never told me you were unhappy. Baby, please don't leave. We can fix this.
She was now crying crocodile tears. No, Deborah, we can fix this. I loved you with all my heart for 15 years. I gave you all I had to give, but it just wasn't enough for you. You just had to have your drug, Steve Wilson. Her hand flew up to her mouth.
My thumb drive. You opened my thumb drive. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mark, please, it was a mistake. Please, baby, don't do this. Please, I love you.
I turned to Jackie and kissed her, then looked back at my soon-to-be ex-wife. You had your drug, and now it's time for me to have mine. Deborah contested the divorce and denied having an affair with Steve Wilson. She tried to trash my name by telling everyone I had just lost my mind and that I ran off with some cheap hoe. Fortunately, I had copied the contents of the thumb drive. When I sent some of the edited photos to the boys, they knew she had lied. And although she tried to delay it, the divorce finally went through. It cost me an arm and a leg, but I didn't give a flip. I was free. I was now living with Jackie, and she was working hard to keep my spirits up by bonking my brains out. Deborah asked for, and I agreed to, one last conversation when the final divorce papers were signed. She began apologizing to me. I raised my hand to stop her. Then I asked her one question. Why did you cheat on me?
I don't know, Mark. I think I was just flattered at the thought that someone else wanted me, and I thought that you'd never know. I never loved Steve, or had any kind of emotional attachment to him. He was just the second man I had ever been with. I just got caught up, and I never thought about the consequences of my actions, and of hurting you. It was just the whole forbidden fruit thing. I'm so hurt and embarrassed by what I did, and I'm disgusted by what it has cost me and us. Mark, I'm so sorry. I hope and pray that someday you will be able to forgive me.
Deborah, you gave me 15 good years and 2 great kids. For that I will always love you. The last few years of our marriage were the worst of my entire life, and for that I'm sorry, but I'm not in a place where I can forgive you. You knew what you meant to me, and you knew how much I loved you. But my love was not enough to keep you faithful. Over time, I may be able to forgive you, but don't hold your breath. I stood and walked out of the conference room. I could hear Deborah crying as I walked out. By the time the boys graduated, I had worked through the pain of her betrayal, thanks in no small part to my new wife, Jackie. We threw a big graduation party for Jalen, and Deborah came with her new man. He seemed like a decent guy, and I told Deborah I was happy to see she had moved on. Then I hugged her and told her I had forgiven her. She burst into tears and rushed to the restroom. Jackie, who had heard everything, wrapped an arm around me and said,
"That was a nice thing for you to do. Just don't even think about being her drug."
I laughed and hugged Jackie. Don't worry, baby. You are the only drug I'm hooked on, and you are the only drug I want.